Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Emmy the Cat Lady, and you join me back here in the Commonwealth. So, last week we visited Fallon's department store, so right across the road is West Roxbury Station here. Most of the Super Mutants have been dealt with, I think. There does tend to be suiciders hanging around here, so be careful. Also the walls have eyes and ears, apparently. Oh, it's a Super Mutant Primus. Don't really care about him. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so this is obviously one of the kind of underground metro stations that forms part of the public transit network in Boston and the surrounding area. And as you can see, the Super Mutants have been making themselves entirely at home in this place and redecorating according to their own tastes. And for some reason, this keyboard is not cooperating very well today. But yeah, I mean, train station on the surface isn't that exciting, really. I mean, most major cities have some kind of public transport network of some sort. The Glasgow Underground trains is quite fun because it just goes around in a big circle and you can go clockwise and anti-clockwise. And it's also called the Clockwork Orange because the trains used to be bright orange. So there's a fun little fact for you. But yeah, we do have this one here. But this place does hide some interesting little bits and pieces away, as well as an awful lot of gore bags. The Super Mutants have been, yeah, very busy here, as you can see. Oh, there's a trap there. Disarm that. Oh, there's a bomb there as well. Sneaky. Sure. Anyway, yeah, so there's plenty of Super Mutants here to keep you busy. Yep. And, oh, there's a quantum. Nice. There you go. Right. Peace and quiet. Yeah, so there's a
from this end.
chain door here that we can't open that we will get to from the other side, as is the case for a lot of these. So there is a little puzzle in this station for us to solve, which is kind of fun. There's an obvious locked door here. There we go.
Got it.
Just another bathroom. Some Radex there. Was this person trying to reach that Radex and then they died? That seems kind of likely. Got a camera and a hairbrush, so not sure what she was doing in there, but anyway, right, let's head downstairs. So there is a bit of a puzzle to solve here, and the station is occupied, as said, by some Super Mutants. And the ever ubiquitous rad roaches can be found occasionally as well. There's a laser sniper rifle. No, you're not. Got Chem box. So, like all these places, I mean, Fallout 4, every location has plenty of loot, especially.
Come out wherever you are.
Where are you? Because I can hear you. Literally sounded like he was standing right behind me there. Oh, no, there he is.
Oh, head.
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so we have definitely been, well, less said about all this, the better. I do apologise for this. Don't like disturbing the deceased, but there's not really much I can do to save them now. And we're going to head downstairs towards the platform level. But we do have a skill magazine to be found here, and there is also a fun little bit of lore to discover. Seems this poor fellow fell down the stairs in his wheelchair. We want police assistance, do we? Okay. Yeah, so... Oh, hi. Right, okay, we're getting some tanky super mutants these days. Okay. So basically there's a button puzzle here that lets us kind of work our way around and back up to where that chained door was. So the first one we need to go through is here. So there's a locked security gate, and we can see there's a button there. I believe you can, you don't actually need to unlock the gate because there's a big hole in the wall. But if you want to do it for the experience points, then you can. So we want to press that button, and that moves the train, which is very interesting. And then there's some more. So there are buttons up here that don't actually do anything or potentially do the opposite of what we want. A lot of skeletons, so clearly a bunch of people took shelter down here. I think you just fell through that gate. Anyway, obviously a bunch of people took shelter down here when the bombs fell. Makes sense, that's not a big surprise. It's one of the things you're told is to, head underground if something like that happens, so makes total sense. So we need to go through this train to the central platform, which is full of gore bags, and then we have another security gate here, and this gives us the next button that we need to press. So moves the second train, which lets us get through here. So go through the second train to the platform on the far side in the east, which is where we are. And we do have... this is the one we were wanting here. So yeah, we've got these two skeletons sitting side by side, almost hand in hand. One has a bottle of Day Tripper, one has a handful of cash. Wearing fedora and sunglasses, very, very sneaky. So clearly these guys were in the middle of a little chem deal when they died, but that means free chems for us, so that's nice. And also some money for making into, well, beds. It's usually what you end up using the pre-war money for, isn't it? So yeah, there's a maintenance room somewhere where there should be a terminal. No, it's not. This is not the one that we were looking for. But we do have tumblers today here next to this candle, and we've got a Coca-Cola and again some other just random bits and pieces. Maintenance room must be somewhere else. Oh. Well, there's the terminal. What in the heck? Okay, I've never seen it. Oh gosh, okay. Like, I'm pretty sure I only picked up the Day Tripper. I'm pretty sure, I didn't take it. I just picked it up. But okay. That was a little bit insane. Didn't like that. There we go. And
nice.
Yep, nice. Okay. Oh, red roach. Red roach. Oh. The leg's escaping, but never mind. Yeah, we're having a bit of a glitchy old time here today. But yeah, so this is the maintenance room, so the usual random bits and pieces of loot, but there is some interesting things on the terminal here, which does count as a bit of a 3-sentence horror story for anybody that uses public transit on a regular basis, the replacement bus service. So West Roxbury Station is to undergo scheduled track maintenance for the month of October. Buses will replace trains during high traffic hours until the 11th of November. Or the 1st of November, sorry. Silly. It's very confusing because nobody else does month, day, year, but anyway. So 1st of November, the station will be closed until this time. So that's buses will replace trains is a phrase that would certainly strike fear into the heart of any London commuters. Nobody likes a replacement bus service. Certainly here in the UK, although I do find that at least the buses that are replacing trains do say on their little light up signs, choo choo, I'm a train, at least in Scotland they do, which is at least moderately entertaining. And then there's a note to personnel. So several maintenance test centres have been set up in West Roxbury Station to run diagnostics on monorails. They're temporary setups until further notice. Please avoid these stations unless you've been given proper authorisation. So, yeah, they were doing something with these stations potentially. Yeah, that is so trippy. Oh, I don't like it. Okay. Anyway, yep. So, yeah, so to the north on this platform, we get the tumblers today. And then the next button is here. Near the end of the corridor. So I think we skipped that button. Let me press this button. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. And then we go. Mind the gap. Which I did not do. There's a teddy bear. Yeah, and then we come out here. So we come to this part of the platform. Not sure where these trains are leading us with those weird lights, but it's a bit trippy. And then there's a forklift. Yep, that's what we're looking for. And there should be a button behind the security gate. Ah, security gate. Ah! Right, button. What the hell? This place is... see, it's gone again. What in the heck? There's somebody's hand. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, so now we do that. We go back through the train. And then head south. Ah, found it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, you're supposed to basically squeeze between the train and the wall and then come down to this bit here, and I'm just gonna do something with this guy. So I don't really know what was going on there. Everything's been a bit wacky today, so whether I just got stuck in the wrong place or what, but yeah, because like that's happening again. So this place is having a bit of a glitch time, but you're supposed to be able to squeeze between the train and the wall and come down till you come to this bit here. You can see the kind of flashing red light. Sorry, we're having some trippy special effects added today, which is kind of annoying. I don't know, maybe need to check with mods and stuff. But anyway, we can kind of make our way through here, and we've got some more super mutants hanging around.
Leg hit! Oh.
Yep, your leg's been hit and everything else as well. But yeah, so we've got this little kind of locker room, break room that they've been making themselves at home in. So yeah, we've got a super mutant bladed helmet in here. You can pick up, I think there's another, I think there might be another piece of, yeah, super mutant bracers somewhere in here as well that you can find. Ooh, pack of duct tape. Always going to say yes to more adhesive. That's never a bad thing to have in this game, for sure. And obviously we've got the big super mutant style cooking pot, and yeah, more gore bags. But we can head up this way, and we've got a carrot and a couple of deceased friends. Oh, missed that. Guess there's a grenade bouquet somewhere. Something. Anyway, I head up the stairs. Oh, got some teacups. Nice. That was the noise I was hearing, was a super mutant hound. Why did they sound like that? Why did they sound like that? That's so weird. It's like, why did they make the super mutant hounds sound like a ship's foghorn? Like, it's just interesting choice. Anyway, yep, so we come up here, we've got ourselves a little weapons workbench, yet more gore bags, or meat bags as they're called in this game, which are at least full of bottle caps and stuff usually. Quite useful. This little kind of diner sort of space. We've got a steamer trunk, usual kind of thing. Plenty of loot to be had. And yeah, there's the super mutant bracers as well. So, I mean, mainly you would be collecting all of that if you had Strong and you wanted Strong to have armour that actually fits him. Then you can kind of collect it from some of the super mutant locations. But now that we've done that, we can unchain the door. And that brings us right back up to where we started. So there's one skill book. It's a fun little puzzle, although it didn't seem to quite work as well as anticipated. The game is having a bit of a funny day. I don't know whether maybe something is conflicting with some of the mods that I've got, although I don't really have a massive number. Most of the stuff that I've got installed is like Creation Club stuff, but definitely having a bit of a glitchy time with it today, so sorry about that. I'll try and I don't really know what was going on, but yeah, it's an interesting wee location, and having a bit of a puzzle to solve as well. It's not the most intuitive one. I don't think I would have made much sense of it without actually checking how you were supposed to do it, but obviously somebody figured it out. But yeah, it's an interesting one, because it's one thing that, you know, Fallout 3 has kind of trained you that the metro tunnels and the metro stations are really just not that interesting, and they're a bit confusing and stuff. There we go. Commonwealth is loaded in. It takes forever for some reason. But yeah, I'm definitely having some weird glitchiness going on with textures and things appearing and disappearing, so I don't really know what's causing it. It might be worth maybe deactivating some mods or something, see if that helps. Oh, I don't care about Dalton Farm. Anyway, yes, so it's quite an interesting little place, because it's certainly, you know, if someone has come from playing Fallout 3 and then is playing this game after it, Fallout 3, I like the concept of the metro tunnels, and the fact that, you know, they made it so that you weren't just walking on the surface from one place to another, and that, you know, you had to kind of navigate them, and you can figure out how to navigate them, but they were really quite uninteresting and kind of complicated and got a bit confusing, so I can understand why you'd be put off venturing into similar places in this game, but there are some interesting little bits and pieces hidden away in these places, so they are worth your time. And this whole area, so we've got a couple more places we want to cover in the West Roxbury area, which is there's the parking garage here that joins on to Fallon's, and then also the hospital here. So we will be picking up with those two locations over the next couple of weeks, so hopefully you'll join me for that. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and hopefully you had a good time. As always, I love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I will catch you next time. I don't even know where that super mutant is, so he can just keep shouting at the sky. See you later. Bye.